The views expressed in this video are solely those of the hosts, collaborators, and contributors, and do not necessarily represent the views of Royal Productions, OWC, LLC. We encourage diverse perspectives and open dialogue. If you have any concerns, please contact us at info@royalproductionsowc.com. Thank you for being a part of the RPOWC community.
Hi everyone, welcome to the California Avenue podcast. I'm your host, Unconventionally Black, UB for short, and this is a Black-centered space and place where all are welcome and where we discuss unconventional topics unapologetically from lived experiences and perspectives. And today we are going to be talking about boycotting. So today we're going to be talking about boycotting. And the reason why I feel like this is important is because I feel like we're in really weird times right now. And we have to be very mindful about where we spend our money and what companies and people we're willing to support. There are a lot of companies that are very unethical and are living very well at the expense of their employees. I think it's just important that we continue to have conversations about what ways we can show up for people and show up ethically for people so that everyone feels respected, heard, and understood. I don't feel like this is a fix-all, and honestly, I have not done an extreme amount of research or an extensive amount of research about ethical consumerism, but you are more than welcome to. I did my best to find something that I believe conflicts with what I want to say on here, because I feel like that's how you have a very meaningful and impactful conversation. But it was just taking me down a rabbit hole. And I did not have the mental capacity to go deeper into why people would not want to practice ethical consumerism. Maybe that's a topic for another day, but I just figured I would share some of the things that I've been boycotting and why I've been boycotting them. And yeah, just my journey with boycotting in general. So come along. So some of the corporations, companies that I've been boycotting is Amazon, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, and Starbucks. So for Amazon, it's simply because, Jeff Bezos is not a good person and makes sure that his employees don't have a livable wage, and the conditions that he puts his employees through, I think is just despicable. So yeah, I actually didn't come to the idea of boycotting that company until I was talking to a very special friend of mine who was telling me just the rage that they had, and not necessarily rage, but somewhat of a rage and disgust, I would say, that they had for Amazon, and specifically how Jeff Bezos, however the fuck you say that fool's name, how he treats his employees and the working conditions that they're in is just horrible. So yeah, I listened to what they were saying. I picked up what I heard on the news about Amazon and the working conditions, and I thought, it's hella fucking convenient As someone who has chronic illness that causes chronic pain, I feel like a broken record anytime I say that, but I'm just going to keep repeating it so it's understood. As someone who has a chronic illness with chronic pain, Amazon is really convenient. You can get everything on there, but I'd rather be mildly or moderately or severely inconvenienced than support someone who will continuously be malicious and unfair towards the people that work for them. I feel like that's just the biggest fuck you can ever do. We work so many hours to be able to survive, and the least you can do is provide an environment where it doesn't feel like hell. Yeah, so fuck you, Amazon. I have been pretty good at keeping my boycott with them. I do have fuck ups that I will definitely be sharing, but for Amazon, it's been, I want to say, almost 2 years now, and I haven't purchased anything from them. I have allowed other people to buy things for me from there. Not that often, but I've had that happen where people want to purchase stuff for me, and they do it through Amazon. So I'm gonna get more into that and why I feel like I've been able to allow people to purchase things from Amazon still. But yeah, I feel like I've been staying really steady in my boycott with them. So that's one of the companies that I've been boycotting. Chick-fil-A, I fucked up. I am the biggest foodie ever. Like I'm very much into eating. I can't help it. That is my guilty pleasure. So yeah, with Chick-fil-A, I feel like I've messed up a couple of times with staying true to what I believe and not purchasing anything from them. I started in college, so I feel like that's pretty decent, given the timeline, since I was in college in 2011. So I was pretty good with my boycott. I didn't buy anything from them for maybe, I want to say in undergrad, I want to say it was like a couple of months, and then I slipped up, and then I went maybe like 2 more years without buying Chick-fil-A, and then started emotional eating, binge eating, and Chick-fil-A was very convenient. Drive up, pick up anything that I don't have to get out the car. Yeah, I'm going for convenience. So yeah, bitch was craving food. That is my weakness. So it was actually really difficult to boycott Chick-fil-A. But the moral and ethics that I want to follow in life, I want to support with my money, with my time, with my physical presence, ethical people that I feel align with my values, and Chick-fil-A is not cutting it. So yeah, it has been, I can't remember how long it's been since I slipped up. I want to say it's probably been a couple of months. And not like 3, 4, maybe like around 5 or 6. Again, I am an emotional eater, so convenience. But yeah, I feel really guilty each time, and then I again fall back into my belief system, which is I want to support people that I feel are ethical and are able to represent and stand up for every kind of person on this planet that exudes love and kindness, why the fuck not, you know? So, yep, that's Chick-fil-A. For that, I haven't had people buy that for me, but with the job that I work currently, we get free food. And now I'm gonna stop eating that because it's starting to make my stomach hurt. So there's multiple reasons and benefits I feel for boycotting, especially fast food chains. So yeah, I think overall it's a good idea to continue to not support that company. And then McDonald's and Starbucks are, of course, fairly recent because of the genocide that is happening in Palestine. I don't like that people have a hard time understanding that, you know, murdering people is wrong. Murdering children is wrong. Murdering people who are going for aid, just murdering in general is just hella fucking unethical to me. So, I mean, it just blows my mind just how many people aren't willing to jump behind boycotting Starbucks and McDonald's. Like, McDonald's and Starbucks, both of them must give you the shits. Like, at some occasion, you're gonna have the runs. So there's that reason that, you know, it's just not good for you. And then also, Starbucks has had, outside of supporting genocide, they've been crooked for a minute, and have been outwardly crooked for a minute. So it kind of amazes me that that we can't all kind of fall behind wanting to make sure that we're doing everything possible to not to contribute to a genocide. So I feel like that's pretty straightforward. It doesn't have to be, I don't feel like it's political. I feel like it's just on a humanistic level. That's the foundation. I did fuck up with Starbucks and McDonald's. I did. And it was maybe like a couple of months ago. And again, my couple of months is like 6 months. And after I got Starbucks and McDonald's within the same week, some crazy shit happened. And I was like, well, outside of like what I believe, like this is, I don't know, I feel like they're really big signs as to why I shouldn't support them. So I was disappointed in myself. Each time that I break my own rule for boycotting, I'm very disappointed, very ashamed, and I feel very guilty. And the only way that I can get back right with myself is to get back right with my values. And yeah, I can't do it. So in every space that I occupy and people are talking about, oh, let's get yada yada, and maybe let's go here, I try my best to be vocal about the reasons why I don't feel like I want to support or financially contribute to these companies. And for the most part, people have been very understanding. I have had people purchase products from Amazon because they wanted to buy me something, or food because they wanted to buy me something. But now I want to get to the point, I want to level up on my boycotting and get to the point where I have conversations with my friends and family and be like, hey, I know it's an inconvenience, because again, just a reminder, just in case we forgot, I have a chronic illness that causes chronic pain. I know what an inconvenience shit can be, right? And I get wanting to get something fast and efficient, gets the job done. But I think it's important that we be mindful of these things, and these are my values and my beliefs, and the best way to support me is to support what I believe as well. And if you want to show up for me in that way of bringing something that is something that I need, like food, like all the shit you can buy off of Amazon, I'm going to ask you to find another route, to find another way to purchase those things. That is my goal. I feel like maybe within the next year, I can start to expand on what companies I boycott. I definitely want to get better with like food brands, and then I want to grow and expand my knowledge on agriculture and on composting and growing food, because I feel like the best way to have sustainability is to acquire knowledge, and I think that's how we are going to be able to continue to have people fed. So I want to be able to feed people mentally, emotionally, and hopefully, with actual food. But yeah, those are the reasons why I decided to boycott. Yeah. I'm not perfect, obviously. If you recall all the fuck ups I've had with boycotting, I'm not perfect, and I've fucked up a couple of times. I think just in general, as humans, we have a hard time finding our connection to what we believe and actually executing that in real life. I'm very grateful that my schooling has taught me quite a lot about emotional intelligence and well-being and deficits, because I feel like I have the tools, and I want to get to the point where I'm applying them. So I encourage others to do the same. I think that we have to be able to support one another when these large corporations and companies show that they will drop your ass a drop of a dime. Like, you're sick, you're fired. Like, it's not right. And it's, again, just not very human. Like, it's very scary how much we're willing to support unethical consumerism. So I hope that we can get to a place where we are able to support one another instead. Thank you guys for joining us here on the California Avenue podcast. I'm your host, UB. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We drop episodes every Friday at 1 p.m. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification to stay updated on all future episodes. Until next time, peace out.